Hello everyone, Alien Volt here, and I am playing World of Warcraft. And this is the pre-release of Warlords of Draenor. It's the first content patch leading up to the expansion. So all you have to do is log into the game, and you immediately get the quest, the Dark Portal. It would have probably been more appropriately titled Back to the Dark Portal, but Dark Portal is the name of the quest, so that's what we're stuck with. Alright, it looks like the quest giver is on the beach here next to Netherguard Keep. I should have took the portal here, but I actually flew because it's not that far of a flight. And it had been so long since I actually played, I forgot about the portal, to be honest. And speaking of portal, it's right next to me.
How goes the fight?
That would have definitely been a little bit quicker and more convenient, since I was in Stormwind when I flew.
We must not fail. Walk with the light.
I'm actually excited right now just to kind of test out my abilities. I know I'm pretty rusty on my attacks and my my rotation, but I'm still kind of excited to test it out and see what it's going to be like. See how much damage I do. See what the changes are like. Re-experience my druid. Oh wow. He died faster than I expected. Are these guys 90s? Yes, they are, but they're dying so fast I can't even put on my my finishing move. Wow, their health is really low. That would explain it. They're like basic 90s, I guess, in basic green gear. I guess I expected something a little tougher. But I guess if you just leveled to 90 and you're in starting gear, this is probably suitable for you. In fact, it may even be a challenge. I just remember the gear, the stats on when you level to 90. You were probably about 300 and, you know, 1,000 hit points. And before my gear switched over to this new gear, I think I was like 560,000 hit points. So I mean, it was a big difference, almost double in stats. So I could see this, I guess. Just a little under what my expectations were. I can't really test my abilities out when I'm killing these guys so fast that I can't even really apply anything and see how my bleeds do. Tell you what, I am immediately reminded of WildStar with these new animations for the druid, as well as the coloring of the mobs. You'll notice neutral mobs are yellow. They have a yellow glow around them. Enemy mobs have a red glow around them. And friendly mobs have a green glow around them when you scroll over them. Exactly what WildStar has. Something new to WoW. I guess it should be no surprise. It's not like a lot of things from World of Warcraft were original. They took a lot of ideas from other games such as EverQuest and they improved upon them. And that's no difference here. They've improved the character models to match that of games like WildStar that are new releases for MMOs that are pretty popular right now. And they've taken other features that they've had and improved upon them or implemented them in this patch. But that's what's good about having a subscription-based game that you play. Especially a large MMO like this. They're constantly updating it, adding content, reevaluating characters. Sometimes they, you know, screw things up and make something overpowered. Sometimes it's intentional to try to get more people to play a certain class that's underplayed. Other times it's unintentional and they fix it. How fast they fix it is sometimes a matter of debate. A lot of times if you're playing the class, you think it's fixed too quickly, and if you're not, then you think they don't address it nearly soon enough. So it looks like we have an invasion here from Outland, or I guess more appropriately, Draenor. Let's see, I'm supposed to stop people from being executed. I guess that's this. Piles of body in the dirt. Oh. That was an unexpected charge. Although it didn't really do anything to me. Hey, what's this? Is it anything new? No, that is dream foil, and I do not want that. Yeah, these animations definitely remind me of WildStar. You can look at my WildStar play video where I cover 3 different classes in a short video, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you skip to the rogue that I played. Very similar. "10 years in the making, and this game is still such a fun game to play. It really did so many things right." But of course, they also did a lot of things wrong over the years, failed to address things quick enough, and we have lost quite a bit of the subscription rate of our player base, basically, over the years. Will this expansion bring them back? I think they're hoping it will. But even if it doesn't, this company still makes an amazing amount of money. They make about $100 million a month, which equals out to be about $1.25 billion a year, which is insane for a video game. So they're definitely not hurting. Man, these mobs are dying so quick. One thing I've noticed, and I don't know if this is a glitch or if this is intended. I'm hoping it's intended, but my dots from one target, if I don't use them, actually carry over to the next, which is awesome. I thought they should have did that a long time ago. My energy regeneration seems a little better too, but that may be because the dots are carrying over and I'm not really noticing. But honestly, it's really hard to tell. These guys are dying so fast. I can't get but about 2 to 3 hits max on them before they're dead.
What news from the front?
So it's really hard to tell how fast my energy is actually going to regen. So I'm hoping they made an improvement on that, because it definitely seems slower than when you play a rogue, which is a very similar class to a Feral Druid. I have a 90 of each class, and as well as a 90 on the Horde side, another Druid. Mainly I did it for the achievement, but I actually started several Horde characters on servers back in vanilla when the servers would go down. It was like server down server. We even had a guild called server down.
Speak with me.
It was just something that was funny back then, because the servers would go down either for maintenance or they just crash and need to be restarted. And while they were down and unplayable, we'd jump over on a server that was up and play on it. And rather than playing on another Alliance server, since we played Alliance, we played on Horde servers. So my 90 Druid is actually a product of that. Alright, looks like it's taking me up to Netherguard Keep, which is odd because that's an Alliance base. And it looks like it's been overrun by Horde. Nice. And actually, I don't even know if you could really consider this faction true Horde, because apparently this is actually a faction of the Horde that was before the Horde. before Thrall ever formed them, which is really odd. And I expected to kind of go back in time, but it looks like they reappeared here from another time period, is what I'm guessing. I don't know, the whole thing's a little odd to me. I was really expecting the Emerald Dream expansion. Not this. I mean, we've already been to Outland, and I realize it's Outland before it was Outland, when it was Draenor, but still, I mean, we're going to be facing the same stuff. So I'm hoping they really did a lot to it to make it a new experience. Something that just seems fresh and not stale. We shall see soon enough. Next month the full expansion will be released, and I'll do some videos on it as I'm leveling. I'll be leveling my druid up first. I'll probably level him pretty quickly. After that, like I said, I have a 90 of each class. So if you'd want to see a specific class leveled up and see how they play, leave some notes down below and I'll pick one of the ones that are actually suggested. Otherwise, my second class I level will probably be my Warlock, or possibly my Death Knight. This is funny. I feel like my moves are just kind of wasted, you know. I'm just spamming like my basic attacks and it's killing them. I don't even have to worry about dots or finishers. It's just pretty much basic attacks, dead. Dot attack, dead. Dot attack, dead. Of course, over the next month I'll have to play a little bit, try to reintroduce myself to this game. I've been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls lately, which is a great game, and I'll continue to play that. It's not something I plan on walking away from. The game is very well designed. The PvP content in Elder Scrolls is amazing. You actually have to participate in team efforts to take on large forts and forces, and it's not just one other faction. You're not defending against one front, you're being attacked at all times from two different fronts. So it's a pretty amazing game. There's a lot into it. The game looks really good, it plays good. I really like it. But if you pay attention to my channel, I do play a ton of games. And I bounce back and forth between games all the time. I tend to get bored if I play one game too long. I have a problem where I burn myself out quite a bit on a game. Like even WoW when Mist of Pandaria came out. I leveled up all my characters within a couple weeks to level 90. And then I played it probably for another couple of months and I got so burned out. I switched back over to Star Wars The Old Republic because I subscribed to that game as well. And leveled up my characters to level 55 because they released an expansion. So right now I'm subscribed to all three games, and the main one I'm playing currently is Elder Scrolls, but I'll be playing a lot more of WoW since the expansion's coming out, and bounce back and forth mainly between those two games. And then Star Wars The Old Republic will be having a new expansion released here real soon too. With a cap, I believe, of 60. So I'll be bringing that to you as well. Fun times, fun times. Look at my epic cloak. That's the effect on my cloak, if you're wondering what that is, if you've never seen it. That's a storyline with Mist of Pandaria to get exalted with Deathwing's son, a prince. A black dragon. Like we'd befriend a black dragon. I guess it was something we were kind of suspicious of the entire time, but it turned out alright. It was all good intentions so far. I don't know if anything will outcome negative of that here in this expansion. Who knows? Maybe this was his plot all along. We'll see how this this whole storyline plays out. But anyways, once you get exalted with this guy and you do all of his quests all the way through, at the end you get this epic cloak, which is really nice. It's like a 600 and I think 3, right around 600, just a little bit above item level, which is pretty high. But really good stats. And it's got that cool special effect. Looks really good when you're in your regular humanoid form. In cat form, it looks a little funny. It looks like I have a saucer on my back, some type of you know, alien weapon of some sort. So it looks like we're taking back the fort. Now I wonder if they're going to actually this game actually has a really cool phasing system. So when you complete a line of quests and you come back to it, normally the environment is changed for you all the time. So if you try to come over here and help somebody else do something that you've already completed, you'll be phased from them and you won't be able to see them. And the environment, like I said, changes for you forever. So I'm hoping that when we take back this fort, once I'm done with this whole chain quest, Netherguard Keep will be ours again. Because I don't know how I feel about the Horde overrunning our keep here. Even if they're not truly the Horde. Not yet anyway. They become the Horde eventually. The other thing I'm actually interested to see is that I don't see any Horde attacking me. I'm playing on a PvP server, so I really expected to see a lot of Horde over here questing, a lot of fighting going on. Less questing than fighting, really, because that's normally what ends up happening. You have a lot of people over here and PvP breaks out and you can't get anything done. But I don't really see that right now, so I'm wondering if this is a complete phase, and that's why we don't really see any Horde here right now. I'm going to have to get on my Horde Druid and come over here and do this quest and see what it's like for the Horde to actually complete this, and what their objective is. Are we helping the Alliance, or are we fighting the Alliance and helping these orcs that have invaded? Because after all, they are threatening peace with the Alliance that was just forged. Definitely be interesting to see how that story plays out. Now I'm kind of excited to switch over and try it. If it's the exact same thing, I'm not going to make a video of it, but if it's completely different, I'll probably make another video. Just to show the two different versions of the same storyline. And, you know, it might be the same thing, because I actually see a Horde ship docked out there in the water with the Alliance ships, which is something that's usually not going to happen. So it looks like we might be working as a joint task force.
Greetings. See you around. Where do we stand? This is war. Never again. Our enemies must fall.
Hello. Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, let's see where we're going here. Looks like over by the ogres. We are going to be slaying them. Whoa, he aggroed to me while I was flying. Normally you can kind of swoop in there and pick up things and do quests without actually aggroing. don't know what the deal is with those blue cuts that are going on with my animations, but they're definitely a little weird. I could do without those. I expected this guy to be a boss, but apparently not. I think this is where the boss used to be for the ogres. In that cave, if I remember right. I don't know, it's been a really long time. But I think there was one in there. Oh, here he is. He is the quest guy, and he's bigger. It's one thing with WoW. As they make their mobs tougher, they always gain larger sizes. I don't know why. I mean, I always wondered why aren't they the regular size? Why do you have a human that's like 10 foot tall? That's one thing nice about Elder Scrolls is the bosses are normal size. If you fight a human boss, they're the same size as all the other humans. Hey, I got a shield. I didn't need it, but thank you anyways. So I'll buff you. I think that's actually the second time that person's buffed me. I don't know if they need help or not. Maybe maybe they nerf kills. And they can use some help. That was their polite way of asking, can you help me? I want to give you a shield. Can you please help me? Sure, why not? I got plenty of time to kill. And it's not as if I'm going to have a large repair bill after all of this. In fact, it'll probably be very minimal. Alright, I think this is my last contaminating food source there, or poison them, whatever I'm doing. I don't know whether I'm poisoning them or contaminating their suit or stew or whatever it is. It looked disgusting.
Come,
but I'm assuming that's
me.
what they eat.
Walk with the light.
Ogres are nasty creatures anyways. Alright, what are we doing now? Alright, we're going after a top dog here. I wonder if he's going to be an elite. If he is, that'll definitely prove to be a test of my new abilities here. I hope he is an elite. I didn't even look. I hope it's not something I need a group for. Let's find out. Come on over, guys. Do some swipes here, a little bit of AoE. Oh, they're actually hitting me for some damage. Not losing much health. Nothing I'm worried about.
Target.
Alright, let's make our way up to the top. Well, he's not an elite. That's a little bit of a disappointment. But we shall see how this works out. And I'm getting help. I'm sorry. It's not something I really need. Alright. Sure, no problem. We are done. That was rough. It was a rough quest. You know, a lot of people have complained that they made this game too easy. You level too fast, you gain rep too fast. You get loot too quickly. I mean, they've catered to casuals too much. I've heard it all, and there's a lot of valid points with it. But I'll tell you what, so far my first impression of this expansion is they have not helped to alleviate any of those complaints. This quest chain has been super easy, but then again, like I said, it could have a lot to do with the gear level that I'm currently at compared to the gear level you initially are when you hit 90.
What news?
Because honestly, if you know you're a brand new 90 and you were trying to fight somebody with my gear, you might as well be fighting an elite every time you do a pull. It just really wouldn't work out for him. Alright, so we have to go turn this into the King, which will actually be a very short flight. So let's go to Stormwind. I could take the portal and get there immediately. If you don't want to actually see the scenery and listen to me blabber while I fly over to Stormwind, you can easily just fast forward this to the turn-in if you want. But I actually like flying across the land. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this game when I initially started playing was just the vast, expansive world that it was. You know, just the fact that it took hours to walk across this land before you could actually get a mount. And it was just amazing to me. I just had never imagined a game this large before, especially with no loading times, which I found just remarkable. You know, you cross one zone to the next one and all you see is the name pop up. But flight speed is very fast. If you have not played in a long time, you can fly pretty much everywhere now, and including all the old content that was changed with Cataclysm. Everything looks different. You've got areas that were once desert are now actually overgrown and tropical. Areas that were actually green and vegetated are now deserts. Everything got swapped up, and it's definitely pretty cool to travel across and see if you haven't done that in the past. And we're already in Elwyn Forest, so we're almost to Stormwind already. It was a really, really short flight. No time at all to really get here. And just over that mountain ridge will be the city. You'll see it. It'll pop up. I remember when I first seen the castle, I always thought, man, it'd be so cool if we could get in there and see it. I wish they'd let us get in and see the castle. Well, finally they did. And with Cataclysm, you can actually go into the castle, see where the king sits, and you get to experience all that. So, I mean, it was really cool. Rather than run down the long corridor, though, I'm going to fly in through the little kind of private park the king has, an outside kind of park area right next to a library, if you've seen it. But it's easy to drop right in and kind of swoop in. I probably won't even switch into my elf form until I actually get in right in front of the king. Usually I can make it right to him. And here it is. Must be good to be king, right? Look at all the stuff he's got. Nice.
I am Varian, but I am also Logosh.
And let's see the rewards here. So I get a choice of 2 trinkets. Neither one I can really use because my stuff's better, and I get a pet, which is kind of cool. And it looks like that's it. Alright. Well, let's take a look at this pet I got as a reward. Kind of interested to see what it is. Alright, let's find it here so we can summon it. There it is. Okay, it looks like a big giant wheel. Wow, that's the kind of one of the tools that basically they use in the last boss fight of the raid in this expansion when you fight Hellscream. Alright, well, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you in the next video.